Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're just running on fumes? Completely overwhelmed, burnt out, just trying to power through the day? Well, what if I told you there's a way to think about our mental state that's as simple and intuitive as checking the battery on your phone?
Okay, get this. Every single day, your brain processes about 72 gigabytes of information. I mean, just think about that for a second. That is a staggering amount of data to manage. Everything from work emails and Zoom calls to your social media feeds to just, being a person in the world. It's no wonder we feel so drained all the time.
To really put that into perspective, that's like picking up a full-on fantasy novel. We're talking almost 96,000 words and reading it from cover to cover every single day. When you think about it like that, that feeling of exhaustion suddenly makes a whole lot more sense, doesn't it? And yet, what are we supposed to do about it? Well, for most of us, the unspoken rule is pretty clear. A full 61% of people feel this expectation to just get over stress, to just muscle through it. It's this cultural pressure to keep going no matter how low your battery gets. And that right there is the real problem. When someone asks, "Hey, how are you?" what do we say? "I'm fine." It's almost a reflex. We don't really have a simple, quick way to describe our mental state without it feeling heavy or super complicated. So how do we break out of that cycle? Well, this is where a brilliantly simple idea from David Coe, the CEO of Calm, comes into play. He suggests we swap out that vague "how are you" with a totally different question, one that's a complete game changer, because we all get it instantly. The idea actually came from one of his friends. She started asking her kids about their battery level. She noticed that when she asked them how they were, she'd just get a flat "fine." But when she asked, "How's your battery?" she'd get a real answer. "I'm at 50%, or "Mom, I'm at 25%. It just cuts through the noise and gets straight to the point. So, how can we actually use this in our own lives? Well, Crew took this analogy and built it into a really practical framework with 4 simple zones. Just think of it like a personal power meter that you can check in with anytime, anywhere. First up, we've got the green zone. This is when you're at 75 to 100%. You're fully charged, you're feeling good, you're getting things done, and you're basically just cruising. This is that ideal state we're all shooting for, right? Then there's the yellow zone, from 50 to 75%. This is kind of like your first little warning light. You're not in any trouble yet, but it's a little nudge to start being mindful and think, how am I going to recharge later today? Now, when you drop into the orange zone, that's between 25 and 50%, your battery is officially low. This is a very clear signal it's time to take some real action. This isn't about pushing through anymore. It's about taking an actual break. Put down the phone, pause the calls. And finally, we have the red zone, 0 to 25%. If you find yourself here, that's the alarm bell. It's a serious indicator that you need a hard stop. It's time to pause everything that isn't absolutely essential and really figure out what you need to do to recharge. Okay, so once you know your battery level, what do you do about it? How do you actually charge back up? Well, the idea isn't to find one magic bullet, but to build your own personal charging menu with different options for different situations. And your menu can have all sorts of stuff on it. It could be something physical, like taking a walk or hitting the gym. It could be strategic, like canceling those non-essential plans so you can get to bed early. Or it might even be digital, like finally deleting that one app that just drains your energy. The key is everyone's charging menu is going to look a little different. And really, this all comes down to a huge mental shift. We so often feel guilty about resting, right? Like it's lazy or unproductive. But the recharge mindset flips that completely. Rest isn't passive, it's an active strategy. You're recharging so that you can be effective and creative and just be your best self tomorrow. But here's an important point. This isn't about trying to get rid of stress completely. I mean, that's impossible, and it's not even really the goal. The secret is understanding that there are different kinds of stress, and believe it or not all of it is bad for you. So on one hand, you've got eustress. That's the good kind of stress. Think about a tight deadline that pushes you to create your best work. That kind of pressure can actually build resilience and help you grow. But on the other hand, you've got distress. That's the bad kind, the stuff that drains your battery and leads straight to burnout and anxiety. So at the end of the day, we're always going to have challenges and deadlines. The goal isn't some fantasy of a stress-free life. It's about managing our energy, our battery, so those challenges become sources of that good stress, not the draining bad stress. It is all about finding that balance. And this quote from David Coe just nails it. For years, the mantra has been to power through, but that's the very mindset that leaves us feeling so drained. This new idea, the recharge mindset, is all about powering up, so you're actually ready and charged for whatever comes next.
So I'll leave you with this question. Just take a second and think about your own battery level right now. Are you in the green, the yellow, orange, or red? And if you notice it's running a little low, what's one simple thing from your personal charging menu that you're going to do today to start powering back up?